I wanted to talk today a bit about putters, and I'm thinking about doing some work. So I putt with Keystones. My favorite for years have been these zero hybrid Moonshine Keystones, but I've pretty well totally worn them out. They're puddle topped, no glide left. Tried to use retros for a while, did some dyes. You can see those dyes are pretty durable. They bled everywhere. That was nice. But recently they got marked down, so I've been throwing the Eco plastic Keystones. Love the way they feel. The blunt edge is great in my hand. Plastic's a little weird, but they're super stiff, which is quite nice. But I thought I might walk through dyeing one of these. Developed my own process for dyeing. I don't know that the results are great, but I thought I might share what I do. Uh, don't really know how the Eco plastic will hold dye. Seen a lot of people ask the question, but not a lot of evidence. But that said, I'm going to give it a shot and share my process with you. My expectation is that these Keystones will look okay right off the plate, but will fade weird. So closer up shots of the retro dyes that have bled into insanity. I'll see if I can find a shot of what they look like when they finish dyeing, and the dye creeps all the way through the disc, which is kind of interesting. So there's those Moonshines, but again, they're kind of worn out. So, all right, look forward to seeing how this goes. All right, so I'm sitting on my back porch, and I'm going to dye an Eco plastic Keystone. Got these for $5 a piece on clearance off of the Dynamic Disc website. So I love putting with the Keystone. I love the profile, that blunt, rounded edge, fills my hand well. Get a good, clean release, lots of glide. I'm going to try dyeing it using a method I developed. I'm really cheap, so I've come up with a method for dyeing this that doesn't, you can buy everything you need at Walmart. So are the results awesome? I don't know. Let's find out. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe the stamp. So I've got a bottle of acetone and some paper towels. I'm going to try and leave the Latitude 64 on there because I kind of like it. And then maybe I'll be able to dye over the top of it and then wipe the stamp. I don't know. I treat it like a stencil. So, working on the back porch since the acetone smells pretty rough. If the dye doesn't take, I'll just wipe the stamp on all the other ones I bought because that looks pretty clean to me. I like it. All right, our next step is to mix up the dye. Got a glass jar for this, and the way that I'm going to do this is I'm using shaving cream, just like straight up the cheapest shaving foam you can get. Putting some into there. And then the dye that I'm going to use, let's see, I'm going to use blue dye for the first one. This is the RIT Dye More synthetic dye for synthetic fabrics. It is, like I said, available for pretty cheap at Walmart. That makes a pretty smooth, creamy blue that we could use. Basically what I'm using the shaving cream for is to hold the dye in place. Now, if I just use the shaving cream, it may not be very effective. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a bit of the acetone to help work the shaving cream or the dye into the plastic. And the effect that this is going to have is it actually starts to break down the shaving cream, and it creates something of a kind of a mottled look, which on the disc will end up looking, have kind of a granite look to it. All right, so once I've got that in place, I'm just going to plop it on the disc. Okay, now I'm going to repeat the process for red and yellow. All right, and there it is. So we'll see how that takes. We're going to give it 24 hours to sit here. Here we are 24 hours later. We can see that the shaving cream has largely dried and it's pulled back in various places. That's going to be a part of what causes the marbling pattern. So I'm going to go wash it off and we'll see what we got. All right, so here's the finished product. I don't know, kind of cool. I like how the blue marbled real well. The red and the yellow seem to have been a little smoother. Yeah, hasn't started to bleed through, although because I spilled some on the table, it did stain the edge some, but kind of a cool look. Last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe the Latitude and see if it shows through as a white stencil. So let's see what that looks like. Like some of the color did go through the foil stamping. But in general, I think that's a pretty good disc. I will update with pictures, maybe at a weekly basis to Sunday night or Saturday night. I could probably remember to take a picture of it on Saturday nights, see how it ages. Again, I expect that the color will eventually bleed through like it did on the retros, but bottom line, can you dye it? Yes. Does it look great? I don't know. I've also got some Procam, so I may try a higher quality dye at some point, but for the moment, I'm pleased with the outcome. Is it fantastic? No. It's okay.